2. Yo, what's the deal, fellas? We back in it again, man. I want to jump right into it, man, because people tune in to hear our perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I can ask you about how your day go. But right now, we're trying to wrap up the season, right?
It's not wrapped up already?
It's wrapped up, but we didn't wrap it up, so it's not done yet. The season's still waiting for us to give our final perspective on things. So
let's get it.
They waiting for us. It's a little bit over 2 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into it, man. LeBron has won his 4th title. How do you guys feel about that? Was it a good show? Was it worth watching? Would you watch that finals over again?
I wouldn't watch that garbage if my life depended on it. It was utter trash. Utter trash.
Well, whose fault was it, though?
It was no one's fault. The NBA's fault. How about that? NBA's fault.
I mean, they did make it to the finals. I mean, you can only play who you have in front of you, but
you're right. It's going to be LeBron's championship. Kudos to him. The GOAT of longevity has, shown his durability again, his wisdom, his ability not to stop, his ability to overcome these other fairies that are in the NBA that can't keep up, that are afraid to man up against him. LeBron has done it, and much respect to him. Much respect.
Debo, what do you think?
You know what? I actually agree with Charles. This is kind of a weird time because I had to respect everything he said. So LeBron is in my opinion, one of the longer guys in his prime, in my opinion.
He's 35.
Hold on. Y'all do know in a way y'all sneak dissing, right? I mean, what is longevity? I mean, is that a trophy? Do they award that? I mean, either he good or he not good, bro.
Availability is a big part of your greatness. Of course, it's a big part of your greatness.
Is that an attribute that you really want to?
It seems like it now. Yes. NBA.
Yeah, of course it is. Ask Kawhi Leonard. Ask why is he load managing? Availability. They want him to be available.
Joel Embiid, same thing.
Same thing. Great player, but can't last. So yeah, availability it's an attribute. Of course it is.
Yeah, but is he great though?
Obviously, he's a great player. He's a great player.
Does it pain you to say that? Does it pain you to say that?
I'm not a big homer of LeBron, but I think guys just make me like I'm not a hater either. I appreciate what he does on the court. I appreciate that he makes me want to watch the finals. You know what I'm saying? Even if I have to vote against him, but it's must-see TV. If it's Jimmy Butler and it's Jamal Murray in the finals, I wouldn't have watched it. And I'm just being honest. I wouldn't have watched it.
I have a different respect to that. Now, I feel like LeBron James is top 5, top 3 player in the NBA.
So I hate when you get on the show, man, and be on the fence, bro. Like, what is top 5 or top 3? I mean, he won his 4th championship. I mean, what is he?
He's probably top 3. Probably top 3. You between him, Anthony Davis, KD. Those are.
Oh no! Oh, you're saying top 3 in the NBA? I'm talking about
in the NBA.
Time. I'm talking about
NBA.
In the NBA right now. Right now, he's top 3.
Okay.
Why would he be number 1? But okay.
No, I don't think he's number 1.
Who's the best player in the NBA? Who's the best player in the NBA, D-Ball? You want to jump out there like that?
Right now.
See? Yeah. Okay, Charles, who's the best player in the NBA? Because D-Ball already answered it by hitching up.
Davis.
Anthony Davis is the best player in the NBA?
See, I couldn't do that. I couldn't say that.
No, bro.
I couldn't say that.
Absolutely.
I don't know why you can't say he carried the Lakers all the way
there. We're not talking about the talent, the most talented player. There's plenty of talent.
Player.
There's not plenty of talent. What are you talking about?
There's plenty of talent.
Games. Jamal Murray, Joker.
It doesn't mean he's better than Anthony Davis. He's not better. He's not in the same breath as Anthony Davis.
Who?
Joker.
No, they're not. It's between LeBron and it's between Anthony Davis. And I'm only looking at it from the outside to say in the series, sometimes it's like Anthony Davis acquiesced to LeBron. And that's what I don't want to see, because we get mad at LeBron sometimes for passing. At this point in time, I'm saying, Anthony Davis, you are the one. You take over. I'm on my couch waiting for him. And he did take over a couple games, but I need him to do it consistently.
He didn't want to. He didn't want, bro. One game, the Joker had 2 rebounds, man.
That's what I'm saying.
So when you do that,
try.
I mean, obviously you're giving up. You're giving up the MVP. I mean, 2 rebounds, the biggest guy on the court. Come on.
That's how I felt. Anthony Davis was going. He was giving up MVP to LeBron James.
He was,
and that's why they lost 2 games.
And that's why I take away from the best player in the game, because I think the best player in the game, we all could say he needs a killer instinct. You think Kobe Bryant's giving away things to somebody? You think he's giving rebounds to somebody? He's going to go out there and work. You come get it. And that's what him and Shaq's beef was. He was like, come in here and work. Come in here and work. I'm not getting, he would say, I'm not passing you the ball. On many podcasts, he would tell
run down their plant.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to give you the ball. Right. I'm not going to pass you on the top of it, which makes sense. I mean, so Kobe's defense.
I need Anthony Davis to not get 2 rebounds in a game. I need him to dominate the entire series, even if they lose, but dominate. But he didn't do it. So yeah.
Okay. So all right. So let's just give a little bit of credence to what Anthony Davis did, right? So they asked him, right, to slide over and guard Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a whole situation in itself. So that's going to take away from his defense, because obviously if he's guarding Jimmy Butler, who's a perimeter player, he's going to be pulled out. So he may not get enough rebounds. I mean, we're playing devil's advocate here. He could, to me, if he wanted to, just do both, do everything. But we're going to give that kind of like a nod.
Okay.
So he got pulled. So he's guarding a perimeter player. If there's long balls going and he's at the perimeter, he's not going to be able to get the rebound. LeBron got the rebound. He almost got triple-double, and that's the end of the story. So in all respect, again, whatever LeBron averaged at the finals was pretty historic.
Okay, so number one, let's get into the facts, because we're talking about feelings. Let's get into the facts. Anthony Davis chose to guard Jimmy Butler. That's what the reports were saying. He said, I'm going to guard Jimmy Butler. That's number one. Number two, other than Bam being on the floor, nobody else is as tall as Anthony Davis. And I understand he's out on the perimeter sometimes. But 2 rebounds in 40 minutes as a 6'11" guy, the biggest guy in the court, it's a lack of effort, or you're standing out on the perimeter a lot more than you should be. Even offensive rebounds. You can get 2 offensive rebounds just hanging out. You're the tallest guy on the court. All you got to do is be in the block and get a rebound. You see what I'm saying? He's out on the perimeter, and which he does make shots out there. But what I'm saying is sometimes I think he gets stagnant staying out there. He's such a dominant force with no Bam. Remember, no Bam a couple games. He should be down there dogging fools out. And he's still settling for shots and stuff like that. I just want to see him dominate.
Okay. So, all right, let's just get right back into it. What can we now shake off of LeBron, right? All the categories, all these names that we had for LeBron. I think there's a couple that we need to really stand out to give him credit. Again, he did something that no one else did. Stayed mentally strong in this bubble. But I'm going to start off and tell me if you agree with it now. Can we now shake off the theory that he is mentally weak?
Hell no. What are you talking about?
So he still shows that he's mentally weak to you?
Who did he face? Did he face one of these guys behind me?
Huh? Was he the most disciplined player?
You out there, D-Wade? Hey, were you out there? Hey, how about you, Cole? Who's he facing?
I mean, but he stayed the most. Okay, we can agree that he stayed the most disciplined in this year's NBA playoff run.
Bro, who's he facing?
I'm just saying.
What was the challenge?
The Clippers didn't make it, which was their biggest adversary. They couldn't keep it together.
Bro,
and it's not like they weren't good enough because they were up 3-1.
Go ahead and face them Lakers anyway, like you was gonna do something. You're not gonna do nothing. They was up 3-1 on Dallas.
Yeah.
Right? Come on, man. They're not a great team.
So
that Dallas series that
you're still trying to say that you want to hold on to the theory that LeBron is mentally weak.
I'm not saying he's mentally weak.
This doesn't
make him. This doesn't boast him up. This doesn't make him. Oh, you know what? in a clutch, I definitely trust LeBron James. No, what did he do? What did he do?
I don't know, man.
He had Jimmy Butler saying, "Oh, they scared." You know, he had Jimmy Butler pumping out his chest, 30-point triple-double.
Jimmy Butler looks like a fool, by the way. I mean, Jimmy Butler is not a mark of measurement for anything. Jimmy, come on, stop.
Regardless, he was still out there. He won 2 games, and guess what? He shouldn't have won 2 games. He shouldn't have won 2 games.
Okay,
that should have been a sweep. You got the 2 best players up against a guy that was a reserve all-star.
Do you know you're talking out 2 sides of your mouth?
I'm just giving
I'm gonna give you a mental depiction of what would have happened if he would have swept that team. It would have been historically like you swept a mediocre team that, you know what I mean?
They're not mediocre anyway. Come on, man. They were mediocre.
They made it to the finals. They made it to the finals, dog. They made it to the finals,
bro.
And they beat not only did they make it to the finals, they beat the best team with the best record in the NBA.
Let me give you an analysis, right? When the San Antonio Spurs faced the Cleveland Cavaliers in LeBron's first time going to the finals,
2007.
Right? What happened?
They got swept.
Swept, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Clean it up quick. We home. What's the difference? Spurs ain't play. What's the difference? They had the better player, the better team. They ain't play. It was over. Now look at this garbage. 2 games?
D-ball. Can LeBron shake that off now? Is that something that you think you can knock off his list?
Shake what off?
The fact that he, some people say that he's not mentally tough.
I think that was a conversation to have early on in his career. I think he's older now. He knows when to play, when to turn it on. You can tell he takes breaks during the game. He has to. He's 35 years old. I mean, so he takes breaks. He plays in spurts and stuff like that. We understand that. All right. So I think that it's not that he's mentally weak. I think that watching LeBron over all these years, he just does what he does, and you can't stop what he does. You know what I'm saying? When he wants to do certain things, he gets it done. He hits people where they need to hit. He gives them the ball where they need to give him the ball. When they need a burst, at times he does give them that little burst, a little jolt of energy and stuff like that. Defensively, obviously, he's kind of a liability, but I think that back to your question,
liability.
Defensively,
he did stick Jamal Murray. He did stick Jimmy Butler
for 2 minutes. He can't do it the whole game. He can only do it during crunch time.
So you expect him to do the whole game, lead the team in rebounds, lead the team in scoring and assists, just do it all? Okay, I don't think we've ever asked anyone to do all of that before, bro. Let's just try. I'm trying to be objective about it.
I am too. I'm just saying.
So you want him to guard the best player the entire game, score the most points in the entire game, the most rebounds, the most assists. I mean, what do you need teammates for,
bro?
If you're gonna try,
he's only guarding one person.
We haven't even put that responsibility on Michael Jordan. We didn't expect him to get the lead.
We can't keep comparing this NBA to Michael Jordan's NBA.
Right.
Correct. I would agree with that because that's another topic that we're going to talk about tonight.
Look at this NBA.
Right.
This NBA Finals. You had Anthony Davis, 6'13", right? He don't want to be called a 7-footer, 6'13".
Right.
You had LeBron James, 6'8", 6'9".
Uh-huh.
And then you had the next tallest on Miami's team was
Bam,
and he's 6'9".
Right.
So why can't he get 10 boards? Technically, he's power forward position.
Well, the thing is, when
he's as big as everybody else on the court.
AD made that switch. I'm sure he told. I mean, AD told LeBron like, "Yo, I'm not going to be able to get all these rebounds. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be under the rim. I'm not.
And that's fine. All I'm saying is, you can ask LeBron James to do all these things because he can. He's the biggest guy on the court. He has the ball for the most out of everybody on the court. So why can't he lead him in scoring, lead him assists, lead him in rebounding, and defend whoever he has to?
But that's what he did, and he didn't defend Jimmy Butler, just like we said. Anthony Davis did. So if he's not defending Jimmy Butler, you know what I'm saying? Who's he guarding?
Anthony Davis slid on him in game 5 and 6, bro. But 1 through 4, LeBron was guarding him.
The game that Jimmy Butler, after he won and he went off, every game after that, it was AD guarding him. Now they would do it on the switch, but primarily it was AD guarding Jimmy Butler. So if he's not guarding Jimmy Butler, who's he guarding? You see what I'm saying? So I like Tyler Hero, because a lot of times you saw he was being defended by LeBron James and stuff like that. So I'm not. All I'm saying is that defensively, he is a little bit of a liability defensively. He could lock it up for 2-3 minutes, but he can't do it the whole game because he's 35. He's old. He can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So
I say 35 is old, bro. Come on, bro.
It's old in basketball terms because he's been in the league almost 20 years. He's played the equivalent of 20 years. And at 20 years,
we need to pull that up. We're going to pull that up.
I got a question.
I might be being generous.
D, I got a question.
Might be more than that.
I got a question for you, D.
What's up?
Please tell me. He's 35.
Correct.
Who's bigger than him, stronger than him, and can even slow him down? Who?
Nope, not too many people in the league. Maybe
So what does your age have to do with anything? Because people can't match up against him, period, because there's nobody his size. Everybody in the NBA plays small ball because Golden State bust everybody ass a couple of years ago, and here we are.
All right, so let me rebuttal that by saying this. I'm about 6'4", I'm weighing about 230, right? The 41-year-old Dwight and the 31-year-old Dwight, we might be able to do the same things, but 41-year-old Dwight can't do it as long as 31-year-old Dwight. So yeah, I can probably match up with somebody
that's a 10-year difference ago. That's 10 years.
That is 10 years. So I'm saying that age makes you're still able to do what you're supposed to do, but you just can't do it for the same amount of time. You still can't run a 5-minute mile. You know what I'm saying? It's now 6 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep up that speed. It's age. It happens to all of us.
But you're missing it. You're missing it. You're missing what I'm saying. Okay, in your highlight, you was running, 3-minute miles, right? But guess what? Nobody else is running a 3-minute mile. Everybody's running 6-minute miles. So now you're back in the pack, but you're still better than the pack.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. That's where LeBron is. He's back in the pack, but guess what? Now there's a couple of people as good as him or on his level. Couple, maybe 3 or 4.
I don't need
so let me get this right, dog. So you're taking away points from LeBron because he is bigger and stronger.
No, I'm not taking any points away from LeBron. So, if anything, I'm taking away from his competition. I think you're only as good as your competition. We can't talk about his legacy being a so high level if his competition is none of these guys behind me.
But it was at one time. But let's be fair. Then
did he win any championships when these guys, Tom?
So what?
Yeah,
did he win any championships?
Yeah, Miami Heat.
Yes.
Yes.
Kobe was in the league.
Kobe was in the league. Manu was in the league.
Manu was in the league.
D-Wade was in the league.
Yes.
T-Mac was even in the league.
LeBron's first championship was when? 2010?
Yeah.
Yes, all those guys were still in the league.
2010.
All those guys were still in the league.
All of them.
Kobe's 14th
maybe not
year.
Allen Iverson.
Maybe like AI.
Kobe's 14th year. AI's 14th year. Come on, most of these guys are way past their prime by then.
Wait, see, you can't have it.
You're moving the goalposts, bro. You're moving the goalposts, bro.
Stop it, bro.
Stop it, bro. Stop it.
D-Wade was on his team.
Okay, would you say that? Hold on, D. 2014 was the Spurs last year. They won the championship, no? Or was it 2000? Yeah, 14. No,
I want to say 2009.
No, they won in 2014. So, against the Miami Heat, right? So, but the whole point is, was Tim Duncan or Manu in your depiction there? Were they in their prime at that time? No, but they still got it done. They got it done.
They had a good team. Yeah.
So what are you talking about? So listen, he did face all of those guys. He actually beat most of them.
Kawhi was coming up in his prime. That's why Kawhi was able to get MVP.
Okay.
Because he was the star of the team at the time.
He was not the star of the team.
The other guys,
nothing supports that. You can't come on the show and start talking bullshit. He was not the star of the team. We had no clue who Kawhi was before that finals. No clue.
He got finals MVP.
He looked like a broke down Meek Mill like back then. Come on, bro. Stop it. He was not a star. Please. He wasn't even called a claw.
He was coming up.
Coming into it.
He's coming into it. But Charles, let me ask you a question. So during that time in Popovich's offense, it's not really centered around one person. You see what I'm saying? So Popovich's offense, like Kawhi Leonard was able to really exploit, like you had Mano, you had Duncan and stuff like that. He was like the third piece that they didn't think was going to hit these shots and do what he had to do. And he stepped up. But in Popovich's offense, it's not really just centered around one person. Has the offense ever been centered around one person?
I would disagree. I think it's always been centered around Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan.
Yeah, it was centered around Tim Duncan.
And
like they couldn't do right. He was the anchor. He was everything.
Right. So
when Duncan couldn't do it anymore, that's when Tony Parker stepped in.
And Manu, yeah.
Okay, but so then we can all then agree that his offense wasn't centered around Kawhi Leonard. Correct. So that's what I'm saying. So his offense wasn't centered around Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard at that time was a guy who nobody really knew. And he was able to hit some good shots. And he was consistent. We're like, who is this guy? You know, but they didn't center the offense. It wasn't featuring Kawhi Leonard. So he kind of got that MVP because, you know, it's the Andre Iguodala MVP. His offense wasn't centered around.
I think he only averaged like 17 points, to be honest. It was like something really ridiculous. I'm not going to take it away from him either, but I'm just, you know, to say that he's like, you know, I do think Kawhi Leonard has benefited great. Like he's been lucky. I hate to use the word luck when you win championships, but he's been incredibly, let's just say fortunate. It's been fortunate. But yo, I want to jump right into this real quick. So there's this notion, these kids nowadays, I need to address this, that basically LeBron has faced the toughest competition in NBA history, and Jordan didn't face any competition. I want to pull this out because I did my research before I got on the show, right? And this is something that may open up some brainwaves in your memory here. So in 94 and 95, when the Houston Rockets won back-to-back championships, what happened in 96 to that Houston Rocket team? Does anybody remember? Because they were not only were they defending champions, they were defending back-to-back champions. You know who beat them? Seattle Supersonics beat them in a sweep in the Western Conference semifinals. A sweep. So this idea that Jordan didn't face anybody. This Seattle Supersonics team, who beat Houston Rockets, were one of the better play. I mean, where do we have Hakeem? He's up there though.
You missing one thing from that though, but
what is that?
Charles Barkley tore his Achilles heel that season.
Was Charles Barkley in his prime?
Oh no.
Okay,
but neither was Hakeem.
I mean, they won championships though. They won. He's coming back from a back-to-back championship.
They're all going down with. I think Scottie Pippen was there and Clyde Drexler, and
they weren't bums.
They weren't bums. In what, 95, 96?
Yeah.
No, because 95, 96. I thought that. Was when did Barkley go over there? Barkley went over there. He went to Phoenix first. Did he go to Phoenix before he went to the Rockets? By the time he went to the Rockets, I don't think they were the defending champs, were they? Correct me if I'm wrong. I should have pulled it up. But anyways, go ahead. Make your point.
So the whole point is that we have this, the kids nowadays. Now, I'm not going to take anything away from what LeBron did. He did come back from a 3-1 deficit. And is that a function of him winning, or, was it a function of Golden State breaking down? What do you guys think about that? It's real tough.
Go ahead,
especially
Charles,
go ahead, Charles.
I'll let you go there.
I mean, when I look at that series, Golden State had no answer for LeBron James, and it goes back to the fact of how he's built. Like Golden State Warriors, their kryptonite were 2 players in the league, and it's official. It was Kevin Durant and it was LeBron James. They had nobody to guard him. They would go off every time they played him. So he took it on himself to go off, which is why as soon as they lost that series, what's the next year? What did they do? They went and got KD, which nullified LeBron James. So they nullified each other, and then Golden State went off. So that 3-1 deficit that he came back from Golden State, I had to give him credit because he willed his squad to win. But I also look at he's benefiting from the fact that nobody on that team could mark him, and he ripped them to shreds. So I had to give him what credit's due. You use your benefits. But other than that, like once you nullify him, you know what I'm saying? He looked like a normal guy next to KD because KD was so great too. And Golden State looked phenomenal. So
yeah. So that needs to be said because again, this whole idea that he faced nobody is ridiculous.
Well,
where how do I?
Yeah, you're exactly right. You know, the only team he faced was them Golden State Warriors. Well, he faced a lot of teams, but it was mostly a mismatch with the Warriors. Everybody else, except for that first San Antonio Spurs, Cleveland Cavaliers, everybody else he had a chance to win. So for me, and when it comes to LeBron James and his greatness, it's always going to be the moments he did not win. You know, to me, there were only two championships that, you know, were on it that he should have had. The one versus Dallas, he should have had it. And also losing against the Orlando Magic instead of the year that Kobe beat Magic, it should have been.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that here.
That way, one of them, you know, LeBron was the king coming up in the NBA. Kobe was the heir apparent, you know, the next Michael Jordan.
You know, we sleep on that Magic team. That team was good.
It was
that
good.
Magic team was good.
It was good. But I still think that LeBron James should have, you know, done something. I think he won one game.
But that's what is that when he had like Boobie Gibson on his team and Mo Peterson?
They had the best league. They had the best record in the league. I don't want to hear none of that.
No, but they had no gamers, dude.
You had
Orlando had some gamers, had some ballers.
You had the best record in the league, though. I think there were 66 and 16.
Well, we've seen that the best record in the league. We've seen what is it?
This is what I'm showing.
Did the Bucks have the best record in the league? That didn't mean anything.
All right, guys. So just take a quick look here. This is the 95-96 season here, where, yeah, I mean, the game one, you can see Gary Payton was doing this thing. Olajuwon has 16 rebounds. I mean, but this was an open sweep. So
go to the roster. Go to the Rockets roster. Can we take a look at the roster?
Absolutely, bro. This is
the game roster. Game roster. Go to the final. Like the final score.
Okay.
Let's look at this. Clyde Drexler, Hakeem Olajuwon, Kenny Smith, Sam Gusson. So yeah, Charles Barkley wasn't on that team.
You sure?
But we're looking right at it, brother.
No. This is
Mario Ellie.
He tore his stuff early in the season.
I don't think he was on that team, brother.
I don't think he was on this team. Not this team. I think he was on the team the year before.
Yeah.
But he didn't win the championship. Did he win the championship? No, he didn't win the championship at all. So
no.
Yeah, I mean, but this is what it is. I mean, no, but the situation is, how come Hakeem only had 6 points there?
So wait a minute. Yeah. That's a finals game? Wait, how many minutes did he play? Oh wait. We might be exposing something right now.
I mean, yeah.
He had 21 field goal attempts. No, that's 17.
Yeah, right. That's okay. 21 field goal attempts. But yeah, I mean, this is it.
That's suspect.
I mean, he came in before Jordan. So, I mean, 96. I mean, that's like 12, 13 years. I mean, you know.
All right. So, Barkley was there for 96-97 season.
So that was the year after.
After that. Yeah.
The year, and I think that's when he went to the finals, actually. And that's when they faced the Bulls in 97, I think it was.
No, Phoenix. He played for Phoenix. Yeah, he went for Phoenix. But he played for the Rockets, I think, after Phoenix.
Okay. Yeah, man. But look at Sean Kemp, man. Like,
Easton.
Yo, do you see these numbers, bro?
That was a legit team.
So, you know, and plus, I mean, what were their regular season record? I think they won like 60 plus games, right?
Yeah.
Right. And then, And then I guess the 2 years after that, they faced the Utah Jazz. But Utah Jazz both times had, the best record in the NBA. So listen, to say that Michael Jordan faced nobody is a farce. And I don't
Well, he faced Karl Malone twice too. Karl Malone and those were legit. They was legit teams.
Jordan faced Hall of Famers.
Yeah, Utah Jazz was a legit team. Stockton and Malone.